As we shift away from Jebediah, who has tripped on his destiny, we see a Tiefling barbarian with a hot temper and a cold anger. Let's listen and see if he gets burned. This week on We Together, Squald and the Half-Horned Truth. That being said, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
We're going to start the session in the west side of the block, level 3, Iris Luna. Now, the west side is known to be a underground hub of music, arts. It's like all of the best rappers come out of the west side. All of the best studios are on the west side. It is just like known to be a very rich environment for just artists, musicians, artisans, patrons. And because of that, they tend to have a lot of celebrities. So it is what the west side is a very poppin' place. And that's where we find Squald Scarwell, the mainland Tiefling barbarian, at a club in the deep west side. It's one of the lesser known clubs because it's known to be a underground hip hop kind of a club. All of the up and coming rappers in the area have kind of come through here. And you can tell because the 808 booms through every fiber of your being as you sit in the chair drinking. What would Squald be drinking?
Water.
Drinking your room temperature water, ice cold water. Ice cold, bro. Ice cold. I got this. Okay. So as you are drinking your ice cold water in the 514 club, it's literally what it's called. It's called the 514. As your hand touches the glass, you hear a sizzle as steam kind of comes off of your hand as you wrap it around the glass, taking a sip of the water. The sound of the 808s kind of boom, boom, filling through your chest. Almost drowning out, but not quite, the sound of this. Let's do lunar elf woman. So she's got pale blue skin, shimmering, glistening kind of features, little magical light kind of floats through her skin. Her eyes are a bright purple. And she is extremely attractive, as is not uncommon for this part of town because a lot of attractive girls come out here to try and meet some of the celebrities. A lot of attractive guys, too, if I'm being honest, come out to try and meet the celebrities and try and woo them. But for some reason, this girl has stuck on to you as she like leans over. So you come here often?
He looks to his left and looks back down at his glass.
Oh my God, you're so mysterious. Are you a celebrity? I feel like I've seen you before. Boo, 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 boo.
He kind of waves his hand in a motion of shoo, fly, don't bother me.
Roll intimidation.
Let me see if my dice for this works good. Nope. Oh my gosh. D20. All right. Excuse me. 6 plus 3, 9.
Yeah, 9, you said? When you turn your head like this, I can't hear you very well.
Gotcha.
Thank you. As you're shooing her away, kind of giving her like a menacing glance, she misreads this situation completely, and she goes, She starts like twirling her long silver hair. So you want to buy me a drink?
He just slides his down to her.
Oh! She like takes it and like smells it. It's just water.
He does the same motion with his hand.
Just like a shooing motion.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't have to be fucking rude. She stands up and you can tell like the little string dress that she's wearing is like kind of off a little bit. So her body's like just being exposed. And she's just like, fuck you, okay? She throws the water in your face. Steam just starts just like pouring off of you as you're just now drenched in this water.
Accurate.
As this is happening,
and I'm sitting there, my elbows on the bar. I look at the bar, the bar keep
tender,
the bartender,
yeah,
and I just go. I point with my big ass fingers, like,
come right up, Halfhorn. As he slides another ice water down to you,
I catch it and melt the ice in it again. It starts bubbling, and I drink.
She's just like, what the fuck ever? You're not even like all that. My boyfriend is gonna kick your ass. On cue, a Furbolg man. So Furbolg's giant, I would say probably like 7 foot tall Furbolg man, thick chest, just covered in hair. His forearms look like Popeye, and he's wearing a Vikes biker gang jacket. So the Vikes
and I notice all this, right? Or
yes,
I can like he's just sensing behind me. I'd like to, if you don't mind, can I make a athletics roll to kind of get advantage on this because it is very spontaneous.
Okay, so athletics maybe not, more insight or perception.
But what I mean is I want to hit him in the face as soon as he pulls up behind me. But I wanted advantage because it's kind of I don't think he would see it coming. Because usually people like banter.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to roll for that because that would be surprise. That would just be like a surprise.
Okay, just making sure. Yeah, surprise.
But there has been no indication yet that this guy is her boyfriend. So technically,
so you want me to roll for insight? Okay, let me roll for insight first.
Yeah.
So I
or
can,
investigation.
Tell.
I'll give you either, or perception. I mean.
Why did I roll this one again?
Bro, I'm gonna buy you
20.
Natural.
That's a nat 20 in session 0 for campaign 1. Uno, dos, tres, seis, cuatro. 20.
Oh no.
He just got a nat 22.
Why does it say 7?
Because you see how long it took for that to say 7?
Oh,
because
you rolled on a separate app?
I rolled on. I have to because it goes so slow.
Yeah, that's fine. I gotta get you some physicky delis.
I could get some. I just gotta remember to.
So, as this man like kind of comes up, you can see him like puffing his chest out, like just being like, "Hey," like he starts to like kind of put his finger.
I just swing immediately.
Do you still have the glass in your hand?
Yeah, I crush it in my hand. There's glass in my hand.
Okay. All right. You're going to crush it in your hand, not on his face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now there's glass all over my hand when I punch him.
That's true, but there's also glass in your hand.
That's okay.
So you're going to take 1 point of piercing damage, but you're going to roll to hit with advantage.
Wait, where's my health? Oh, there. Roll to hit with advantage. That is a 16. First one was a 5.
A 16 will hit. How much damage does an unarmed strike do?
I'm pretty sure it's 5. Damage 4.
Hell yeah. So as you punch him in the face, crushing the glass in your hand.
Can I argue the 1 piercing damage for him too, as well, for the glass?
Oh, I was going to give it to you anyway.
Oh,
you don't got to argue.
Bam.
As the blood starts like pooling in your hand as the glass bits. As you're swinging, the parts of the glass that kind of stick out on either side of your fist are like moving with your fist. As you slam your fist into his face, the shards of glass like shrapnel. You just see him cutting across his forehead and across his face as you just jaw him straight in the face. As he takes it, like kind of like looks up, you see a little bit of blood trickling out of his mouth. You're gonna regret that. And he's gonna swing at you.
Wait, so do I get a bonus action?
You do.
Is rage a bonus action?
It is.
Can I rage, please?
You absolutely can. What's that look like?
So as soon as he says that, he says, "Well, make me pay for it," and you can see the blue in his eye kind of like flash.
What did you say?
Well, make me pay for it.
Okay, because you sounded like Batman on drugs. Like I could not understand.
Well, yeah, it's my recording mic. It's self-limited.
No. It was meshed together so quickly that I just couldn't tell. All right, so this would be a great time to give us a physical description of Squald.
So all the blue parts of his skin kind of engulf in this blue light, almost as if it's kind of moving around, breaking it open, kind of like a sunfire spotlight just beaming out of his body.
And
it's
the
very
blue
quick.
Is just like a line on your face.
Right, it's very quick. Once that goes away, it just becomes kind of like an LED light seeming like down his skin wherever the blue is. And it kind of, he gets a little bit bigger, obviously, like kind of when Bane takes some of his, stuff.
How big is he now?
He gets,
or like how big was he before?
Oh, how tall was he again?
So in your description, which I forgot to tell you, I have filled out this entire character sheet with everything you will need to know about your character. So if you go to description and scroll down, you'll be able to see your height, weight, all of it.
Okay. He gets to about 8 feet in height, and his muscles grow about 6 or 7 inches.
I'm sorry, one more time?
He grows to about 8 feet in height.
You're no way in hell you're gaining an extra 6 inches from raging. Why? No way in hell. I'll give you 2. I'll give you 1. I'll give you 1 inch.
All right, I don't even really want to grow. His arms and like his muscles like buff out like about like 6. He looks like he's basically on steroids now. He generally looked like a well-built guy, and now he just looks like he's on steroids. Like his neck is stocky and shit. Like he gets broad.
Veins.
Yeah, the veins, the blue mixed with the red overlaying with the blue blood coursing through his veins. It's monstrosity. And he also gets sharp teeth.
Like fangs?
Yeah.
Hell
primal,
yeah.
Very primal.
Hell yeah. You are raging currently. And everyone in the fucking bar starts clearing out. Like they start like just fucking running. Essentially.
Most of them probably because they actually know who I probably am.
Oh, you have a reputation. The only people left remaining are this Furbolg and 2 other we'll say 2 other, a human and an elf wearing Vikes vests.
Would you let me perceive before the strike who they are?
I'm going to save you the perception. You got a passive perception of 11. So I'll give you that. Obviously, they're probably friends of the other guy wearing a Vikes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So the Furbolg's going to swing on you with his massive Popeye arm. Does a 15 hit?
15 does hit.
Hell yeah.
What is the rage? Does rage does something for me, doesn't it here?
Yes, it does. Under features and traits, should be class features.
You get advantage on strength checks and saving throws, not attacks, plus 2 melee damage with strength, weapons, resistance to. So I got resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. Yes. And because I rolled a 1, you can't cut that in half, so you just take 1 bludgeoning damage. As he punches you straight in the face, and you don't even like budge. The fist connects with your skull, and you're just looking at it. And the Furbolg, he's a fucking. You're taller than him, but he's not a slouch. He's a tall motherfucker. He's big, and the fact that you just ate it on the chin gives him like a second. Like he looks back at the other 2 behind him and smirks, and he just like goes, All right, boys. Show him he doesn't fuck with the Vikes. And you see them both reaching into their jacket. It is now your turn.
Okay. So first off, what I'd like to do is I would like to pistol shot the one of the guys reaching in the jacket on the left.
Start murdering people. That's a bonus action, by the way.
I shoot off this.
Hand in jacket.
I'm from the hood, bro. That's what I shoot off of.
All right. That's a bonus action. So you should be able to roll it.
I'm not gonna roll to. I don't want to roll to hit because I'm not technically shooting at him. I'm shooting a warning shot.
Okay. Missing on purpose.
At his feet area. Yeah.
Okay.
And then my second action, I'm going to punch this dude in the fucking mouth. But I want to use cold rage.
Technically, and this is good. This is you're learning your character. Technically, there's no fire, so cold rage wouldn't do any damage.
Oh, I haven't casted the fire shit yet, huh?
Yeah.
Is that that's an action?
It should be a bonus action, I believe.
No, it's an action.
Whoops. But it stays lit for 10 minutes. So it's kind of like you should probably in an action like rage and then light your hands on fire.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like in one go, and then like you'll be fully set up for all of your stuff.
But what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and hit him really fucking hard.
Hell yeah.
And I'm gonna headbutt him.
Oh, you know what I just realized? That first hit that you did, you crit, didn't you?
Yeah. I got a 20 on the insight, didn't I?
Oh, yeah. You're right. Swing, bada.
I do get advantage on strength or +2 melee damage with strength weapons. Can we make that unarmed since I'm more of an unarmed person?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah.
So +2 melee damage.
It's anything involving strength, which would be your unarmed strikes.
That is a 19. Is that hit?
Oh yeah, that hits, bud. And just quick question, because you're gonna be doing 6 damage here, and grunts have 10 health. So lethal or non-lethal?
Non-lethal.
What's it look like? You're gonna knock this motherfucker out.
So I grab him by his collar and I look into his eyes after the furball hits me. I pull out my pistol and I can feel him start shaking in my fist. And I shoot at the people in the back, kind of going into their jacket as a warning shot. As don't fuck with me. This is between me and him. And I look him straight in his eyes, and I say, "Fuck you!" And I headbutt him really fucking hard
with your horns.
Don't care. It's fucking hard as hell.
You just hear a hard thunk as his eyes like glaze over as he slumps to the ground, and now the sound of his girlfriend screaming is the loudest. Oh my God, you fucking killed him! She's just full on screaming. As the other 2 Vikes, the one you shot at the ground with their hands in their jackets, can you roll intimidation with advantage?
$11. First one was I gotta add it actually. 14.
14?
First one was a nat 1.
Okay, the first one I rolled. I'll describe him first. This is the guy you shot at. You see the elf man just kind of look up with his hand in his jacket. Like he puts his hands up like this and he starts backing away. And you see glistening in the lights of the club, a small puddle underneath him, kind of like coming out of his pants. As he like starts backing away. I rolled a nat 1. So he starts backing away like, fuck. I didn't sign up for this. And then you see the other guy who's looking at his friend like, come on, man, what the fuck? And he starts like looking between you two. You said you rolled a 14?
Mm-hmm.
I also rolled a 14 for the second one. And as we all know, in Sebastian's games, ties go to the players. So he hesitates for a second, looks at the furbolg on the ground, looks at the elf who's now running.
And I'm just looking at him. My eyes are twitching with rage.
He's like, I won't fucking forget this. And he runs out of the building. Now, with leaving you guys It's just you, the girl who's still screaming.
I grab the girl by like the front of her dress and pull her close. And I say, "Get him to the hospital now, bitch." And I toss her over to him.
Can I have
I
a
sit back
athletics
down
check,
at the bar
please?
and I say, "Ugh," to the bartender, pointing my finger.
I love how we're doing an audio podcast and your character mostly communicates through grunts.
He just doesn't feel like talking today,
Are you
bro.
Geralt? Are you fucking Geralt of Rivia?
At least I explain what he's doing. I'm not fucking Talon, who's just like.
Great. I'm just kidding. All right. So after you sit down, first of all, I need an athletics check. I gotta see if that dress holds. I did mention that it was a stringy, fucking barely.
10.
Ah!
It falls off her shoulder a little bit.
I rolled a 10 also. So what did you want to happen? Did you want it to stay on?
Keep her dress on, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not.
So that being said, after you like throw her to the ground, she like adjusts and she's like, "Oh my god, I can't carry him! Oh my god!" And you see her like quickly. She's doing like signals in the air with her hands, which means she's dialing something on her neural implant. You just can't see it because you're not in her gate.
Squald looks at the barkeep and he says, "How do you intend I go with this one?"
The barkeep kind of looks at you. For you, Halfhorn, I'll say that the Vikes are starting up trouble again. You better get out of here, though.
Yeah, let me finish my water.
He slides it across the bar. On the house.
Throw me the bill for that bullet hole, will you? I get out and I walk out of the back.
As you walk out, you're on your HUD. So it's called a gate. Your gate has access to
like a Pip Boy,
essentially, but it's in your neural implant. So you see it augmented reality style. And when you get a call, a number will pop up. If you have a contact, a face will also pop up. But if it's an unknown number, a number will pop up, and you'll be receiving a call. And you are receiving a call from a unknown number.
HH, who this?
Is this Squald?
Who is this? You called me.
Well, let's skip some time here. Me and you served time together on the docks. I watched you earn your freedom. And now I got something that you might be interested in.
Is this? What's his name? Do I know? Can I roll?
Yeah, roll history.
Yeah. I was about to say, if I know, then it's a 0 though. I got a nat 1.
I can imagine that Squald doesn't often remember the people that he's.
Listen, punk. If you trying to pull a prank on the Halfhorn, I'm gonna need you to direct that to my assistant manager, which is known as putting my foot up your entire ass.
You haven't changed one bit, but I think you'll be very interested in what I have to say.
Talk swiftly, move. I talk in slang that's kind of weird sometimes.
Of course, sure. And if you ever want me to send you over slang that would be common for Iris Luna, I totally can do that. As you're like waiting, he's laughing and just he's here. He's on Moon. I got a tip from my buddy at the spaceport. Lunar Tiefling. Giant. Scarred. Ring a bell?
Give me a name.
A name?
Give me your name.
You don't remember me, do you?
Speak swiftly.
Name's Jace. As soon as he says that, you remember a rather like scrawny looking, let's say for fun, tabaxi.
Do I know where he is?
No. He's calling from an unknown number and there's no location. You'd have to hack it and you can try.
So real quick, while we're on the phone, I want to try and hack his location.
All right. Here's the thing. Because you don't have a hacking interface, like a actual hacking pad, it will be done at disadvantage.
Okay.
As you pull up your directory and you start
17 and then a 15. So 15.
Ooh. You hear silence on the other end of the line. And then you hear, "You really don't remember me, do you? Jace." And now it's like starting to become clear to you, the scrawny tabaxi man who was in the docks, who would have died the first day he was there if he did not get partnered with you in the first like tag team match. So you saved his life. But
where you at, Jace?
his crime, you remember his crime was hacking and like espionage. Shit. So he's just like, "You didn't think I'd notice?"
Yeah, I have to test you, man. You know me. Move, bro. Come on.
Well, you told me back on that rock, if I ever heard anything about you know who, to contact you, and I keep my promises.
That's one. I appreciate you, bro.
He's docked in the Southside Spaceport. That means that they have to come into the city if they want to refuel and recharge and buy any supplies. I have a restaurant that he was last seen at on the south side. You want me to send you the nav point?
How much you want for this?
For us to be even. You saved my life.
So you'll help me take another's.
Hey, man, what you do with this information is your business. I ain't a part of it.
One love. Appreciate you. Beep.
You get a nav point text from the unknown number. Now, in this augmented reality, when you have a nav point, in your augmented reality, on the ground, you see arrows pointing you, like almost like a GPS, to where you need to go. And this is the south side. You're on the west side. The block is 120 circular miles. Like it's circular miles. It's not square miles, right? It's 120 circumference. So 120 mile city. So to get from the west side, which you're technically in like the upper west side, to get down to the south side, it would take either a car ride, which would be about 45 minutes to an hour, or you take the mag train, which is a lot faster, but it's public.
What if I ran super, super fast?
It would take you about, let's say probably like 3 hours to run that distance.
Can I sneak back around to where the front of that building was and see if there's any police cars that are unmanned?
There are no police cars. You don't even have to sneak because you just like you're alone. So like you walk
they didn't
up.
Call the fucking police or anything?
Oh, they did. You're on the west side, bro.
Oh.
Maybe if you were in the north side. Maybe if you're in the north side.
Wait, what's that mean?
Or the east side. So in Iris Luna, the block, the level 3 of Iris Luna, because it's the biggest hub of commerce, residential districts, it's the biggest of all of the floors in that respect. It has very large amount of difference between the neighborhoods. So you have the north side, which is often considered the like mercenaries hub. So it's rather protected. So like it's very like if you called for the police up there, they'll show up quick because that's where they're fucking housed half the time. And then you go to the east side, which is considered the fucking party central, booming shops, booming tourist attractions all up and down the Wuzang. The west side, like I said before, is more towards like the arts, a lot of clubs, a lot of nightlife, a lot of drugs, gangs. It's rather, seedy, but nothing compared to the south side, which is considered the slums of this area. So that being said, you're going from the west side, and if someone were to call the police in the west side for a gangland shooting, how long would it take the cops to get to that for you where you live?
Like in real life?
Yeah.
Oh, it will be here soon. We live right across from a Getty.
I live in LA, and I'm gonna tell you something. I've seen people shoot at people. I've seen people call the police, and I've seen them not show up. So that being said, no cops, no cars. You can either Aubert, or you can mag train, or you could Grand Theft Auto this, I guess, if you really want to.
What is Aubert?
Aubert is Uber.
No, yeah.
Oh, that's what you're saying you're gonna do? All right, so you pull it up. Let me roll. See if I'm gonna roll for surge pricing because it's probably like 2 a.m. Okay. So it's actually not that expensive right now. It'd be about 20 mics to get from where you are to, huh? Yeah, you got 50.
Okay.
You have 50. Basically, a micro unit is $1.
Okay.
And it's like $20 Uber. $20 Aubert. You call it?
Mm-hmm.
So as you order the Aubert, and then you get in your HUD, you get a orc guy goes, "We're on the way," and like a thumbs up emojicon is what I've been calling them. As you wait for the Aubert, you finally do see services show up, but it's not the union, it's not the officers, it's SMAT, Science, Magic, and Technology Division, and they are basically the emergency services for the city. And they show up with a paramedic while you wait for your Aubert, and you see them taking the girl and her boyfriend
she's
out,
just kicking around.
Well, no, she like they're taking her boyfriend out on a stretcher, so she's just like, "Is it gonna be okay? Oh my god, you should have seen it! This crazy guy with the fucking horn, and just fucking, oh my god!" Like she's just fucking being annoying.
And the ambulance guy's just like, "It's half."
The ambulance, the EMT is a woman, like a tiefling woman, and she's just like, "Will you shut the fuck up?" Like she's like, not have time for this. So as your Aubert pulls up, it's Aubert black, so it's like a big black SUV looking, and all the cars in Irish Blue and everything, they look like real cars. The only difference is they don't have windows per se. It's completely encased, and when you get in, it's like a screen that shows you the outside. Like it's not like a window, so you can actually see.
There's a lot of crime that goes on in vehicles then.
Well, for sure, and not only that, but most vehicles are drivable on the moon's surface and have their own like air regulatory. So you could theoretically take a car outside of the city limits and not die immediately. But that being said, the Aubert shows up, and you see the camera flip from like showing the outside to showing you the inside, and you see an orc man kind of lean over. "You Squald!"
Yeah.
"Get in." The back door opens.
Where am I going? I'm going to the west side, right?
South side. You're
South
in the
side.
west.
All right.
As you get in, you sit down and you like lean forward to talk to the driver, and it's an empty chair. And you see in the rear view mirror, which is like a big kind of like LED screen, the orc's face pop up. "How can I assist you today?"
I need to go to the south side.
"Do you have a nav point?"
Yeah, I'm sending it now.
Even though you did enter it into the app, they do require secondary verification because a lot of crimes happen in cars. So now that you've secondary verified the location, the door closes, the car takes off. As you're driving through Iris Luna at night, driving through the block at night is special. Not because it's nice, but because it's the only time in like all of the hours of the day where this city is just a little quiet. There's still people everywhere. There's still cars. There's still lights, but it's less. It's not as condensed. It's not as, and then it is constantly overcast in the block. The block, like the weather of the block, is constantly overcast as the pollution from the bottom levels rises up to meet the artificial environment. What's the word I'm looking for? Artificial weather of the top two floors kind of meets the smog, and they like create this layer between the second and the third floor of just clouds. So it's always overcast. So nighttime, the light of the city illuminates and is very bright. And like it makes the city, as the small kind of rests in it, it makes the city look mystical in a way. And it's rather beautiful. As you pull out of the west side, the lights start dimming more. There's less lights on the buildings. The buildings themselves start getting a little bit more broken down, a little more dilapidated. As you're driving through, you see people starting to be a little bit more broken down. You start to see a booster on the street.
In this moment, I take off one of my socks and I start to bandage.
Oh, your hand?
Around my hand, yeah.
And you see the orc pop up as an LED.
Jason Bourne type.
Any blood or bodily fluids on the Obear seat will be charged to your account.
That's fine.
As you look out the window, you see a guy kind of coming up to the car because you're like parked, and he walks up to the window and he knocks on the door. Hey man, hey yo, can I talk to you real quick, man? Let me just talk to you. And the Obear, there seems to be an outside influence trying to get in. Would you like me to allow him to speak to you?
Service crack the window.
The camera like kind of like flips, but it's also like it's not showing in, but it's showing out, and he can hear you. Yo, man, can I talk to you real quick?
What do you want?
Hey, man, and you can see that on his arm, he has 4, like the 4 on a D6 that has dots. You see those dots just pat all over his arm. And you would know, because I'm sure you have experience with drugs.
He's a fiend.
It's called, the drug that he is hooked on is called Boost. And it is a drug that increases people's constitution. So it makes people feel more resilient, more endurance. It makes people, and a lot of people on the lower floors are really addicted to it because it's how they work. Like you can't work 16 hours in a factory without some assistance in that way. So they call these guys who are lost to it, who have kind of lost themselves to the boost, they call them boosters. As he's just like, hey man, I just need, can I get like a mic? Maybe just like maybe 2 mics, man. I just need it until this week I get paid. I promise, man. I promise you in the fancy black car, man. You got it, right? You got it?
The only reason I would give you money is in the hopes that the next boost would be your last boost.
Roll intimidation with advantage. Damn. We're learning a lot about Squald today. That's what we're here for, I guess.
12 with advantage. Oh wait, no, I gotta add to it.
Yeah, don't forget
15.
He just kind of like backs away from it. Hey man, that ain't right, man. That ain't right. He starts walking back. He's talking to himself the whole time. Man, this city's so full of people. They don't give a shit, man. They don't give a fuck. As he sits back down on right up against the building. And you see people walk. He's like trying to talk to people, and they're just all ignoring him, kind of pointing out a rather big problem in this part of the city. Is the whole point. Yeah, lots of boosters. As you make it now further into the south side, you pull up to the nav point, and the door opens. And you just, thank you for riding. Oh, sorry. Thank you for riding with Obear. Please, if I did my job, leave a 5-star review. And you can see,
gets out.
Whoop, whoop. As you stand up, you see a restaurant. This restaurant is gross looking. It is just fucking, for fuck's sake, it has a rat on the sign. As you just see a big sign that says Ollie's on the top. And the back half of this restaurant is completely covered in plastic. As it looks like somebody exploded the back half of this restaurant. As you see a man wearing a gross apron, looking through the plastic as he opens the plastic and blows out cigarette smoke. Then closes the plastic, hits his cigarette again, opens the plastic, blows out cigarette smoke. And that's where your nav point is leading you.
I walk in.
As you walk in, you get the sense one of the windows is completely like boarded up, like someone had just fucking exploded the window. Like this place looks like fucking shit. But you walk in and nobody in there except for the cook, who turns to you, looks at you. Son of a bitch. He puts his cigarette out. Welcome to Ollie's. What the fuck can I do for you?
First off, watch the way you fucking speak to me, boy. Secondly, have you seen a man named, say it again?
Leoth.
Leoth.
Leon and Sephiroth.
No, yeah, I'm trying to. I'm just just a little bit. He's a tall, looks kind of like me, but a different color, so to speak.
It looks like you? Okay, so we're looking for another tiefling, bad manners, ugly as hell. Let me check. Go fuck yourself.
Listen to me, Pipsqueak. This place looks like it's already been fucked up enough. I'm sure you would want to have this building standing by the time I leave this door. So why don't you just up and tell me if you've seen someone that looks as ugly as I do, motherfucker. Before you do.
All right, roll
He's going to be a tough one to crack.
Roll intimidation, and I just rolled a natural 20. So you would have to roll a natural 20.
Oh, I didn't roll a natural 20. I got over dirty 20, but...
You got a dirty 20?
Yeah, I got 17 plus 3. That's a dirty 20.
Okay, so even though it technically doesn't work, you can tell the man is like, kind of like takes a step back. His attitude tones down a little bit. He's like, all right, listen. I own this place, but I don't own this place, if you know what I mean. It's owned by some particular people. So you come in here asking for fucking information. I just got to know why. I got to know who. I got to know who you are. Because this place...
I pull out my ID, interrupting him, and I put it in his face so he sees the last name on my ID.
Oh. All right. Well, take a fucking seat, and I'll be right over. By the way, you got to order something.
Water. Extra ice.
Tap or bottled?
I don't give a fuck.
Tap it is. As he walks to the back, starts like pouring a glass of water. He brings it over, puts it down. All right, listen. That guy you're looking for. Information in the city is not cheap. So I'm going to have to ask you for a donation of some kind. But I do have the information you're looking for.
And I'm going to have to ask you to skip all the steps you usually take for this kind of information and get straight to the point before I put a knuckle in your fucking face.
Jeez, you're a testy one, aren't you? All right, listen. That guy you're looking for, mean, 7'5", got horns, fucking blue skin, looks like he could freeze fucking my blood just from looking at me. This ringing any bells?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he came in here the other day with this tabaxi. He had the tabaxi was like a gray fur with like black spots on it, like a snow leopard, and his eyes were like bright blue. It was crazy. It was fucking insane. They came and they fucking shot up the fucking place. Well, the tabaxi did, and then the tiefling you're looking for came after and paid me to keep my mouth shut, which makes this very, very unfortunate for me. So, you know, he like taps his like table, make a donation.
What's the special for today?
I can make you a nice synth steak, medium rare.
Make sure it's bleeding.
Rare it is. It's and he sends you a request for 30 mics.
The cab was what, 22?
20.
20.
I don't think you tipped him, so 20.
Yeah. I'll just pass him the 30.
All right. Yeah. So he was talking about something about they needed a couple days to get their ship together and they would be back. So if you wait here,
you know where the ship is located?
It's in the spaceport, and you're going to have a hell of a time getting through the ring because right now the Union is crawling all over that place. But he did say he'd be back. So if you wait here, who knows? Maybe you'll get lucky.
What was your name?
Tom. Points at his name tag. THOM.
Appreciate the information, Tom. Do you possibly have a med kit in the back of your office or anything?
What is this, a fucking charity? I'll be back with your steak.
Put my hand up.
Don't bleed on my floor. As he goes to the fucking behind and starts cooking. A couple minutes go by. The steak's done.
Bro.
Yeah, you're going to have to deal with it. The steak's done, and he brings it out to you and puts it down. It's like rare. He's like, pleasure. Doing business. Mr. Scarwell.
You can call me Half Horn.
All right, half a horn. Got it. And he starts walking away.
I just grab the steak and bite into it with my hands.
It's pretty chewy because of its rareness, but it's synth steak.
No, it's not. I start burning it in my hand to make it kind of the right temp that I want it to be.
You cast Call Fire for the first time in your hand and then start eating the fucking... Okay, that's awesome. It sizzles and pops in your hand as you start taking a bite. Grease
That's
dripping.
why I got it rare, because I'm basically cooking my own steak.
The doorbell that whenever the door opens rings. Doo-doo.
Insight. Roll.
Yeah. I would say perception too, really.
Okay, then I would say that's a 14.
For insight?
No, I did perception.
Perception? Two men walk in. Both of them look like they are wearing the clothes you would normally see these people wearing in this part of town. A little dirty, and they're talking to each other. And you notice one of them is wearing a star badge, which marks them as a free agency agent. But he's like dirty and fucking not a high. You could tell it's not high ranking. So they take the table farthest away from you, and as you're watching them, they kind of like look at you like, and like they kind of like shoulder so you can't see them.
That's good news. That means they're not here for me.
Boo-doo. Door opens again. Same.
17.
This one looks out of place. Union officer. The Union and the free agency do not get along. They tenuously share the block. But no free agency agent has ever gone above level 3, and no Union officer has ever gone below level 3. This is kind of like their mixing ground. But usually they are not friendly. So it catches you off guard a little bit when you see him walk right up to the table with the free agency agent and sit down. You see Tom walk over and start pouring them all coffee without it being ordered, which signifies to you, with your 17 perception, that they've been here before. This is not the first time. As you finish your steak, Tom kind of walks over to you. Hey, those guys over there, they're asking you to clear the fuck out. I know you're waiting for somebody, but it's Union, man. I can't really go against them, you know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean.
I am at the mercy of their kindness, because that's the only way I'm able to keep this joint running, with all the points at the exploded back, the fucking broken window, all the shit that goes on here. You know what I mean?
I don't want to cause you any more problems, Tom, so I'll get out of here. But I will tell you this. I know the history of these places. And seeing those three in the same place at the same time and not fighting is more dangerous than if they are. Keep that in mind, Tom.
Hey, what the fuck am I going to do about it? I serve coffee.
Good steak.
As you stand up to go, you catch a glimpse of a gray snow leopard tabaxi walking by the window as if he's like circling this building. He looks and you guys lock eyes for half a second. His eyes are bright blue. It is not Jace. It is the tabaxi, at least to your assumption. He fits the exact description of the man that was with Leoth.
Hey.
You call through the window?
No, I thought I was walking out.
Yeah. He walked past the window as you're walking out, and he's
so I
trying
don't see
to
him
come.
as I walk out.
You see like you okay? So you stand up from your table and you're walking towards the exit. You see this tabaxi walking parallel through the window. So he's on the outside, you're on the inside, and he's coming around to come into the restaurant.
Oh, okay.
So one of the guys you're looking for is about to enter while these other guys are asking you to leave. So what do you do?
As I start walking out the door, I put my hand on his chest and I start walking him backwards back outside with me.
So as you attempt to do that, he looks you in the eyes, and his eyes are piercing blue. They're almost matching yours as he looks at you. Move. And I'm going to roll intimidation, and you're going to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Ew, why wisdom?
You got a better one?
No.
We can do con because like it's like concentration rules. You know,
I'll do the wisdom. I felt like I just had to add something there, make it a little spicy.
Well, that makes you very easily intimidated, which is not. Let's do intimidation versus intimidation. That's a better idea.
Yeah, because I was just about to say, make me. With
Squald,
a smile on my
Squald
face.
being easily intimidated doesn't sit well with me. What'd you get?
19.
You added your modifier?
Mm-hmm.
Well, with my modifier, I got a dirty 22.
Damn.
So you are standing your ground, but there's a chill that runs through your bones that you can't describe. As he's looking in your eyes, unflinching, unwavering. And then you see like a brief flicker of interest.
I gave up fear and death a long time ago. I just want to talk outside.
That's unfortunate. My target is inside.
I'll help you take your target out. Just talk with me for a minute.
What's the catch?
Nothing. Information.
Well, seems we're at a little impasse here. Because I don't need your fucking help.
Go on. Just get it done quickly, please.
He pushes past you, like shoulder checks you. He's strong. Like that felt.
No, I know. I'm not doubting that. No.
That like you like fucking.
I know I have to hold my ground. Like,
of course.
Like,
no, I'm not blaming you for that. As he does, he walks right up to the table with the union guy and the two free agency guys, and you see Tom look like with his eyes wide open, look at you, and then he just dips out the plastic, like just like fucking, he's gone. Gone. As this tabaxi,
because what I told him.
As this tabaxi walks up to the table, you see the union guy turn and then he starts freaking out. He starts standing up, trying to run. He manages to get past the tabaxi. He's running right towards you.
I just put my hand in his face.
Move! And you see the tabaxi pulling out a giant fucking bull revolver covered in blue runes as he blows the brains out of one of the two men still at the table. The other guy, covered in his compatriot, is now screaming like, "What the fuck? Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? You know who I am? Do you know who the fuck I am?" You scream.
I was like, "Hey, you want this one too?"
Turns, looks at you with the free agent, just goes and turns back to the guy screaming, putting the gun in his face, pulling the trigger. And
I let the Union guy go.
The Union guy, as he while you were holding him, he's looking at this guy blowing the brains out of these guys. And he literally turns back to you and goes, listen, man, I don't know anything, man. I didn't hear shit. I don't know that the plants are not reproducing. I don't know that there's going to be no air in the fucking, in Iris Luna in 3 years. I don't know any of that, okay? I don't know it. Just let me go. Just let me go. And you see the Tabaxi's ear flick back towards the Union guy. And he starts walking over towards him.
Here, I'll give you a head start. And he moves and lets him run.
As the Union guy starts to run, you hear more as you see the Tabaxi take out a bolo and start whipping it over his head as he fucking flings it at the Union guy. It wraps around his legs, squeezing him together, causing him to fall to the ground just outside the restaurant. He picks up the bolo wrapped around his legs and starts dragging him back into the restaurant. Pulls him over to the floor, and you see him lift his foot, and he brings it down on the dude's head, and it explodes.
Where's Leonith?
The fuck did you just say to me?
Where is my father?
You see him get a smile on his face. Oh. It all makes sense now. It's a pity, really. Your father wanted to see you grow up, become stronger than him. It's all he ever fucking talks about. Too bad. Would have been nice. As he brings the revolver up eye level with you. Is an 18 hit?
Of course.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Oh, I was
my AC is my AC is 13.
Just making sure, bro. Just making sure. So you're gonna take.
This is gonna be an ouchie. My head's a little bit bigger than those other guys, though.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna describe what happens, and then I'll tell you how much damage you took. As the sound erupts, thunderous, erupts through the restaurant. Your last thoughts in this moment were, he's not gonna do it because I interest him. You as a kindred spirit almost of this guy, you feel it. You feel that he doesn't want to kill you. He wants to test you. He wants to see how far you're gonna go.
Like Goku.
So that's what makes seeing the sad disappointment in his face all the more terrifying. As the pressure that is building on your forehead erupts, and you feel the hot blood rushing down your face, a high-pitched ringing in your ears as you stumble backwards, looking at him, surprised. Everything you've survived, everything you've been through, this can't be it. As you stumble down to one knee, you hold out your hand, and you just see the steaming blood off of your hand. As you look up, and you see the Tabaxi looking down at you. Shame, really. Could have made a good soldier. As he walks past you out of the restaurant, and you start gurgling on your own blood.
Can I make a saving throw?
You fall to the ground. I would let you. But for you took 54 points of damage. which surpasses your health by more than double.
You still can't make a death saving throw off that?
Nope. If your health is exceeded by double, you die immediately.
Oh, wham. I'm not going to be in camp.
As you fall to the ground looking up at the ceiling, the darkness on the edge of your vision starts encroaching until it becomes like a tunnel. And then all of a sudden, it embraces you as you feel like you're falling backward into nothing. But it's not a scary fall. It's almost
peaceful,
comforting, as it like cradles you. And for the first time in your life, that splitting pain that just has always been present in the back of your mind, the trauma, it's not there anymore. You feel, for the first time since you were a child, like nothing matters. There's nobody to kill. There's nobody to hurt. It's just you. And as you are accepting this fate, you see a small dot of white light appear in the distance, coming towards you. It grows larger and larger and larger until completely encompasses you, and you are no longer falling. You are standing. From behind you, you hear, "Hello there. I've been waiting for you." You turn. You see a handsome elf man with long black hair, wearing white robes, sitting on nothing, holding a wine glass, swirling around a red wine as he takes a sip. "Vintage, will you join me?" He snaps his fingers. You're now standing right in front of him. There's a glass in your hand. "What's your poison?" "Oh, wait. I know." Snaps his fingers, and it fills the cup completely with ice-cold ice water. "Please, try it." It feels refreshment personified. It takes everything inside of you not to just guzzle this entire glass. Yeah, yes, that's it. Yes. See? Vintage.
Am I in heaven?
In a sense. For some. I guess for those who go to hell, this would be quite heavenly. But not quite.
Indeed.
You're not in hell either. There are many names for this place. Some call it purgatory. Others call it the waiting place. I call
If
it...
you're having problems figuring out where to send me, I know exactly where I should be.
Oh no, Squald. I've been watching you for quite some time, observing you even. And this is not where your story ends. In fact, I believe this is only the beginning. How you feel? How's that make you feel?
What's going on?
Say it in character.
What's the catch?
The catch. Ah, yes. There's always a catch. Well then, I guess the catch for this would be, you have a job to do. You don't know it yet, but it will reveal itself to you. The only catch here, Squald, is that you wake up. As he says wake up, you hear, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Darkness, but not the same as before. This darkness hurts. You feel. Every fiber of your being is electric. The darkness surrounding you, it feels real. The only thing you hear in this moment is beep, 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 and a woman's voice. Oh my god! We did it! We fucking did it! And that is where I will end your session, Zio.
We together.
Hey, if you like what you heard, please head over to our Linktree at linktr.ee/we2gaming. That's the number 2, we2gaming. If you head on over there, you can find all of the places that we are on the internet, as well as our burgeoning community over on Discord at We Together Gaming at Discord. You can also find us on Patreon for tons of exclusive content, behind the scenes, favorite moments, as well as We Squared, the companion podcast to this podcast, where we discuss all things We Together, Iris Luna, and this campaign. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.